Scores of traders at Makola are still counting their losses after a three-story building housing their wares caught fire on Monday. Shop owners Tuesday morning were giving access to salvage what they could from the building, but the fire reignited from the smoldering rubble. Minister of Trade and Industry Alan Chermanting, who visited the scene, announced that a relief package was being worked out for the victims. Manuel Cranting has more.
Contained in one building since morning. We have not been able to douse the fire because of the inflammable materials, the cosmetics.
Mayor of Accra, Mohammed Ni Ajay-Soa, describing the situation at Makola Market to Trades Minister Alan Chermanting as he visited the scene of the fire on Tuesday. The fire, which was still raging 24 hours after it started, had been reignited from the smoldering rubble, demanding immediate attention to tame it again.
This is the entry point to the room where the fire is reignited. Or this particular room, we're told, houses combustible materials, including toiletries, including fabrics, and so on and so forth. But we've seen spontaneous explosions from this particular room.
We have a high fire load in there, and that's the combustible. There are a lot of combustible. All the shops here are used as warehouses, and they are fully packed, and it's very narrow. So getting access even in there was very difficult. We had to even have to break all these shops.
We saw you give access to some of the market women to pick their goods from there.
These ones are the shops that are not been touched yet, the ground floor and the first floor. But even since we've started firefighting again, we've stopped them.
For the affected traders, all they could do was to look on as their wares worth millions of Ghana cedis continue to be ravaged by the fire. Na ye noma na wo ho ni nya ya sese ni nyina ntimi a me gya hempo dia me noma no me hu bebi egu ni nyina ayira afei me ba di dosh odidi dosh ono no shop na wo soro ho pa no ba ku so wo mfifin ha ni nyina se ene ni ho se bibia se wan fa bibia wo te di do de no waka pa no waka ndi esremo umbo amade ni stores na wo ni nyina umbo amade na momwa won time ade ni start ye no omo ma ye kwan se e bia yen gina ho yi eniama because na jana na no odin enti yam omo ma ye nyina si form na eye kakra na wiye no ma ye say jana ba form no na se be 4 o'clock na se nka omo ma ye kwan kakra na yetimi yi eniama ni bi but omo allow ye enti ye eniama ne de anya so obi de ahye obi de anhye ye build no obi eniama ahye.
And I drove all the way. Even on my way coming, I have to park my car and pick motorbike to get here early, so that maybe at least if we can be able to retrieve something. But before I got here, everything got bent. I saw beads, crystal beads, and any kind of bead. Yeah.
How much did you have in there?
I can't tell now because I have 2 shops there, my warehouse and then the shop.
Both of them are bent.
Both of them are bent. Yeah, I just want to see my shop to be sure. Even though I was looking from the back, I saw it's bent, but I want to really see. I was having this hope, sir, maybe, but I want to just see it if it is real. But, you know, the smoke couldn't allow me to.
As a cushion to the victims, the Trades Minister announced that government is developing a relief package to help the victims get back on the path of recovery.
I'm here also to sympathize with the victims and to assure them that government is committed and fully behind them, and we are going to take all the necessary steps to ensure that we support them to get them back into their trade. And so I've instructed the Ghana Enterprises Agency to very quickly develop a package of support for the victims of this fire incident. Once we are able to identify the cause of this fire incident, we'll have to, as a country, to reflect very soberly on our domestic retail market infrastructure.
24 hours of fire here at the Makola market. Frantic efforts from personnel from the Ghana National Fire Service have eaten into a day. What we've seen in the past 1 hour is a re-emergence of the fire from what's been described as a warehouse, a long, narrow room containing combustible materials. For now, though, the people who are affected by these fires are looking on helplessly as their goods continue to burn away. Reporting for Joy News from here at Makola, my name is Manuel Kranting.
Meanwhile, the Ghana Union of Traders Association is demanding that the fire service presents all the reports from forensic fire audit conducted into market fires across the country. Dr. Joseph Obeng is the national president of GUTA.
That's why it is now becoming so worrying, and that's why we don't want the ad hoc solutions now, and that I'm calling for the various reports that have been gathered from the forensic auditings that we did in the KJTR market to Kanesi market and Kantamanto.
You want what exactly?
We want the reports that have been gathered so that we can evaluate. A committee should be set so that we can prefer solutions to this permanently. Because this shouldn't reoccur, and it's getting so worrying, and we keep on consuming the little capital that we have. I mean, we cannot afford this thing. The fact that National Insurance Commission is not coming up with a suitable program for insurance for the informal sector, and they are shying away from insuring people in this area because of the risk factors, because of the congestion, because of inaccessible to these places. So when their risk teams come, they normally put a high premium where the locals cannot afford.
Later development, the Ghana National Fire Service says, contrary to claims out there, it is more than ever adequately resourced to fight all fire outbreaks in the country. Speaking at a news conference Tuesday, Chief Fire Officer Edwin Eko-Blangsing raised concerns of the encroachment of its fire hydrants. He says the lack of access to a nearby source of water contributed to the intensity of the fire that engulfed the 3-story building in the Central Business District on Monday.
A lot of hydrants have been sealed. The one in front of Makola itself is sealed. The one at UTC, that one too is sealed. They were doing that during the beautification of Accra. And that was the situation. The UTC one is sealed. Ghana Supply Commission, the one in front, is sealed. So they have to go to Circle, travel to Jubilee House for replenishing. Madam, assuming you are fighting fires and you go about 4 miles to replenish, would the fire wait for you on your return? It will have traveled. It's normal. I know we have some equipment challenges, but the government is doing everything to fix it. Just this afternoon, I've discussed it with my admin and operations and the communication officer about the need to visit outside to make pre-construction inspection of a package that we are taking from outside. That is allowable. People are saying that protective clothing. Yes, protective clothing. The government has supported the fire service more than ever. Hitherto we were having clearance for 200, 300. Now we're taking them in thousands, 2,000s, and they are coming. Some of them are in town now. It's not true that the government is not caring for the fire service. That is unheard of. It's not correct. And I remember very, very well down someone, a fire had done best in the bedroom of somebody. There, the bedroom got flooded. And he quickly ran out with the family and started to call the fire service. That is the abuse. That is the abuse. They are not sensitive. Or when they say that fire will not come, fire will not come, then the abuse keeps on traveling. Fire will not come.
On his part, Director of Operations of the Ghana National Fire Service, Owusu Ejay, provided explanations why the flames continue burning even after 24 hours.
Yes, we have made a collaboration with the private water tankers. It's unfortunate they failed us, but we have that coordination with Ghana Water Company. All the hydrants are under Ghana Water Company. They do the servicing, the installation, and everything. Then we use them. It's unfortunate that it's the same drinking water that we're using to fight fire. So sometimes the pressure is low when water is being pumped to other sections of the country. And that's why we have problems where we have to travel that length to get water supply. Like yesterday, we had to go way back to the Jubilee House, to Trade Fair to collect water, and then looking at the distance, the obstacles in terms of traffic jam and all that, we had to take some time off for it to come back to fight the fire, and that's why it's escalated. And also, the combustible items in there were really hazardous. We had certain things like alcohol, that is, we had permanent creams, cosmetics, we had polythene packed, and most of these stores were used as warehouses, so they were packed to capacity. And also the structural layout of the stores were such that they were partitioned with metals, with wood, and they had vents at the top. So when the fires got in there, they went through the vents, and it was quite difficult to tackle. But with our expertise, we've been able to, as I say, now we have just a pocket that we are tackling with. Regional headquarters of the Ghana, Greater Accra, we have installed a borehole. And these are mechanical boreholes so that we have reservoirs. So they will always be readily available when the needs be. So we intend to replicate this all over the country. And we will also take the opportunity to ask for philanthropists and all concerned Ghanaians to help us make this dream come true.